I'm quite sure it won't be something about physics, because a magnet, no, it won't explain us how a magnet works and all this magnetic fields. So I'm quite sure this is not the case. But what I want to say to you is we now have half time. Oh, you heard already quite a lot, but we have already still quite a lot coming up. So stay focused, stay hungry, and now on to the next presentation. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I must begin by apologising because I did prepare a PowerPoint and I put it on my memory stick and for some reason it's not there. So I can't show it to you. But I do have some hard copies here and I'm going to leave some on the reception for you afterwards. I'm a retired pastor and evangelist, but I'm currently co-conducting an evangelistic series in Evangelistic Church where I have my membership. And you know, the ministry is something, as someone said earlier, it's a vocation. You're not, you know, you retire, but you're still called to ministry. And I've been retired now, coming into my 7th year, and I feel I still want to be of use to God. So I was thinking, what can we do in our little church in Great Yarmouth? We need to build bridges with the community, we need to communicate the gospel, and as someone whose evangelism is very keen, he wants to know, how can I reach these people with the gospel of Jesus and get them ready for the coming of Jesus? Because he's coming soon. And we see the events in the world today, they are closing in on us, making it very evident that Jesus is about to come. And so, back in June 2012, our Queen had her Jubilee, and so we decided we would have a street party. The church put on a street party for the local community, and we invited them along, and it went very well. We were very blessed by that event. But from that, where do we go? And the idea hit upon me, why don't we have a little community newspaper? And we called it The Link. The idea to link up the church with the community. And so here it is, it's just an A4 size page, printed on both sides, and folded in the middle. And we publish about 180 of these a month, and we put them through the doors of the houses immediately around the church. Now, the newspaper, it can tell of things that are happening in our local church, and it can also tell of things that's happening in our church worldwide. And so we're able to advertise the work, or use it as a what do you call it, a showcase for the church, for ADRA, for the work it's doing there, for the work of the youth, for our education work, and all the other aspects of our outreach ministry. And so, therefore, we included in this little paper advertisements. As you can see here, this one's advertising a vegetarian cooking demonstration. And that's another event that we introduced after the street party, and my wife actually, she organises that. Every 2 months there's a cooking demonstration. And as a result of that, we have one lady attending our church now. And then we have other interests, people who come to our Easter service, our Christmas carol service, the candlelight service at Christmas, our church social in the new year, the Christmas party, and other events in which we invite the people through the link, and a number of them come from the community. And then we're doing health screening in the Marketgate shopping centre in the town centre, which is given us free of charge. And as a result of that, we can advertise, and we're making friends and contacts with the various people. Now, in the paper, we also put in other things that are relevant, not necessarily with our church, but it gives us an opportunity to communicate. And last year was the 50 years on from a disaster that took place in South Wales in Aberfan, when a whole slag heap collapsed on a school and killed many, many children. And back then, our community services, it was called the welfare department in those days, they went out there and were present, providing help towards the rescuers. And so we were able to feature that in this particular paper here. We have another one. If Ken's here, we featured the Adventist chorale and the ensemble that you are running. We've said quite a bit about yourself. And here we have the latest one, which was February's. This is Hollywood's Hacksaw Ridge, nominated for an Oscar. And we talk about Desmond Doss, and we say to the people, get your free copy, Hero of Hacksaw Ridge. Just drop a note through the door and you can have the book. And so we've had a number of applications for that. And inside we've done a feature on Ben Carson, who you know is a famous paediatrician. He's now in the cabinet of Trump's government. Don't know if it was the last Trump, but nevertheless. And I have another series here. My daughter, she spent time in Cambodia, about 18 months there, and as a result of that, we ran a feature each month on report from her ministry out there. And as we put out the link, people would say, oh, that's the link, yes, we want to read about mission to Cambodia. And so it's building up a lovely means of connection with the community. So actually we call this today outreach and inreach. That's the outreach ministry that we're doing, and we can use that in a very wide way. And I was thinking now, after a while, maybe we can introduce what Seventh-day Adventists believe. And so we put a little note there in the mailbox. What do you Adventists believe? And I'm not telling anybody I put that one in like that, but I had to have a cue to get in without looking as if we were pushing our beliefs. And so we started each month to give a little rundown, a Bible study on the 28 fundamentals of what we believe. And so that's one means of communicating. Now what about inreach? Well, there's another little magazine here done in a similar format, and it's called The Magnet. And the magnet is based upon the verse that Jesus says, if I am lifted up, I will draw all people to myself. And this is not a newspaper. It's a little mechanism for reaching into the church to help our church members find a closer relationship with Jesus Christ in their preparation for his coming. And so in the communications department in Great Yarmouth, we put this out about every 2 months. On the front page is the editorial from myself, which focuses on a particular thing. This one says, how well do you know the Bible doctrines? Another one is, are you preparing your children for the coming of Jesus? And so we talk about important subjects like that. Then on the inside page, there's a letter there from the pastor's desk that's based on the same theme. And then we do a Bible study. It's a message from God's Word, with a little study and exercise for the people to take their Bibles and examine the questions that are there. And then finally, there's from the Inspired Pen excerpt from the writings of Ellen White. And on the back cover we have, when there's space there, a place for feedback, the preaching plan, and other important announcements in connection with our church services. So that's basically what we're seeking to do in our local community, to reach out to the community, we're beginning to make steps, and to reach in to the church in helping both to prepare in that way. So I've taken just over 2 minutes left, or just under 2 minutes left, and so you've got extra time, brother. But I'm leaving you some of these on the back there, so if anyone wants to see them and help themselves, just take them. They're there for you. Thank you so much.
Stand up. Your hands. Go in this side. Put your hands. Okay, come on. Put your hands on the shoulder of your neighbor and start to massage. Hey, everybody. Feels good.